Hello and welcome to A Throne of Games. Today I'm talking about Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, Jack the Ripper and the West End Adventures. Now, I haven't got around to playing this game yet, but if it's anything like its predecessor, it's going to be excellent. So I want to get round to showing you what's inside the box and what you can expect from the game. Just like the older version, you are a member of the Baker Street Irregulars, and your job is to assist Sherlock Holmes in solving a series of cases. Within the context of the game, you are aiming to equal or beat the number of leads Sherlock Holmes follows in order to solve the mystery. The English version of the expansion has been a long time coming, and I'm really hoping it's worth the wait. The original game had some issues with the translation into English being a problem, and also some other issues with some of the clues made it, in some cases, very hard to solve. The game's hard, it's meant to be tough, and I'm fine with that. But in a couple of cases, it seems like there were just actual mistakes in the game, which made it quite hard. Hopefully, in the time they've had to translate this game, then they've got all those nicks and problems ironed out, so I'm really hoping for a fantastic playing experience. Before I even open the box, I can see this is like one of the nicest games in my collection to look at. Beautiful artwork, and it's not really clear on picture here, but this is actually, the magnifying glass is smooth, and then we've got the rough detailing of the handle. Just detail like that is fantastic. And on top of that, it's not your ordinary way of opening a box. It slides out open like this to make it look like a case file. Put this one in the wrong way around. There we go, that's the actual outsides of it. So yeah, it looks just like a case file there. I think that's brilliant. Inside the box, we start off with the London directory. So in the game, you use that in conjunction with the map and clues you get to find people around London. So if you've got a surname to go from, if you've got someone's name, you can look them up in the book and find out where they live. Be able to go and visit them. Here we've got the rule book. There's not many rules needed in this game. It leaves you to your own devices, but what is in there is nicely laid out and in keeping with the rest of the game. On the back is a list of important informants. So that's really useful for finding for when you need to go to visit key people in the game. Next we have the map of London. This is a nice improvement from the original map with good use of colour, really clear numbering, and key buildings are far more clearly labelled than in the original version, which I found quite hard to use at times, searching around trying to find places. Obviously this map works in conjunction with the directory. Also, I forgot to show you that on the back here is the Whitechapel map that's used for the Jack the Ripper campaign that's within the game. So this is a double-sided map. Next we've got one of my favourite things in the game, which is these newspapers that they've created. So each case on each day comes with a new newspaper for you to read, and within the newspaper you might find important clues. With the original version of the game, some of the cases ran into each other, and it meant that you had to look back at previous days' newspapers to look for clues. I don't know if that's the case in this game. I think it might be so, at least with the Jack the Ripper campaign. So these are all great reproductions of the newspapers of the time, obviously with fictional stories added. But the styling is really very realistic. I've actually looked up some images of the original copies of the police news, and this actually looks very similar to the real thing. And finally, we have the 10 case files. So there's 10 different cases throughout the game. There's 6 that make up the West End adventures, and then the final 4, which make up the Jack the Ripper cases. So this is a more of a campaign to work through to be able to solve the mystery of Jack the Ripper. As you can see, the artwork is great. I'm not going to show you inside to avoid possible spoilers. But as you can see from the rest, from the rule book and such, it's all in keeping with the same style. Very well done. So basically, within this book, there's it works in conjunction with the map and the directory. So you'd go to different locations and you'd interview people. When you want to interview a person at that location, you'd find the correct place within this casebook, and you'd find out what they say, and then you'd use that information to continue to try to solve the mystery. So once you think you've solved the mystery, you go to the back of your case file and you'll find a set of questions. You answer those questions and then use the score you got in that, along with the number of leads you followed, to get your final score. You compare your final score against Sherlock Holmes, who always gets 100 points, and see how well you did. Now, if this is anything like the original game, then getting 100 points is very tough indeed. When we played it, we settled for being happy to get a positive score at all. We spent most of our times with minus scores or just getting into positives. I think the best we did was maybe 60 points, and we got lucky. So bear that in mind when you get the game. Don't be too hard on yourself if you can't beat Sherlock Holmes. You know, he is a fictional genius after all. But as you can see, this game is beautiful. If it's anywhere near as fun as the original version, then I'm pretty excited about that. It's hard work playing it. I remember playing the original version, pulling my hair out, laying on the floor, trying to rack my brain about how to follow leads and work out clues and how to solve the murders. But I kept wanting to go back and play the next mission and the next mission and the next mission, because it's just really different to a lot of the games that I've got. It's really good fun to play in a couple, or also with a larger group of people. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this played, and I'll let you know what I think about it more at the time. So why not go out and get yourself a copy of Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, Jack the Ripper and West End Adventures. I really don't think that you'll regret it. Please visit my website, www.athroneofgames.wordpress.com. Please like this video and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.